Hi, and welcome once again to Professor Black's History. We always come to you from the shadows until African American and Black history is taken out of the shadows from history textbooks. Now, every time we come to you, we want to give you a name of a person that you may never have heard of. At least many people never heard of these people, but people that will inspire you. Their stories should inspire you, because if they can go through what they went through to get to where they got to in their life, then the success that you seek is only a matter of working real hard. And in today's world, you should be able to get it. Fun thing today, though. Today I'm going to tell you about a guy who most people never have heard of, even though he is in the National Football League Hall of Fame. Now, if I ask you to name me the first African American coach, head coach, in the National Football League, most people would say Art Shell, who used to coach for the Raiders. If I asked you to name the first African American quarterback, many people are going to say James Harris from the Los Angeles Rams, or even back in the 60s, Marlon Briscoe, who played for the Denver Broncos. All those names would be wrong, because the first African American quarterback and the first African American coach in the National Football League was a man named Frederick Fritz Pollard. Fritz Pollard was a guy who was an outstanding athlete. He was born in the suburbs of Chicago in 1894. And being born in the suburbs of Chicago meant he was born and raised mostly in a white neighborhood. He experienced quite a bit of racism, but he overcame a lot of that by being such an outstanding athlete at Lane Technical High School in the Chicago area. Now, he was a track champion, I think 4 times track champion, and so he was very fast. He was also an outstanding baseball player, and of course an extraordinary football player. He went to Brown University on a Rockefeller scholarship, and at only 5'9", 165 pounds, was one of the most outstanding football players in the country. The first African American halfback to be named to the Walter Camp All-American team. Also the first African American halfback to play in the Rose Bowl. And in the Rose Bowl, he played against his very good friend Paul Robeson, who played for Rutgers. And Rutgers and Brown, of course, played that game in 1916. Fritz Pollard was an outstanding player that day. Fritz also was a national college track championship. He ran the hurdles, and if you know anything about running hurdles, you not only have to be fast, but you have to be very agile. 1916 and 17, he won the college hurdle championships. He began playing professional football in 1920, and of course, at that time, the name of the league was the American Professional Football Association. And in 1920, he was a football player as well as turned into a football player coach. And then in 1922, the league was renamed the National Football League. And Fritz Pollard plays quarterback for one of the teams. He also coached one of the teams. So he became the first African American player and quarterback and African American coach in the National Football League. As an outstanding player in 1954, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, and in 2005, he was inducted into the National Football League Hall of Fame. Fritz Pollard, one of the most outstanding people. Now, even after football, he became a businessman, and at one point, he organized an all-black football team, and they barnstormed around the country. You can only imagine how good those guys must have been compared to the competition back in those days. But Fritz Pollard, Frederick Fritz Pollard, one of the most outstanding football players many people have never heard of. Anyway, hope you had fun with this one. Join us next time on Professor Black's History, when we'll give you another name you can check out.